I'm Leathur Rokk. Welcome to my channel. After I did that video about the things I wish I knew after hitting the 1,000 subscriber mark and ways that you can probably let this affect your mental health and how you really shouldn't give it that kind of power, I realized there was a few things that I forgot to mention. So this is like my part 2. When you are switching to batch recording and you notice that you have to create all this extra content and you're thinking, how am I going to make this commitment? Create the content that you know is easy. Create content that you don't need to edit. Create the kind of content that you can crank out where the most time that you really are going to be taking is with clothing changes and maybe organizing your bullet points on a piece of paper or something. If you create content that is really easy to do, like show and tell type of things, or rants about a specific concept where you actually have a storyline involved, you can get things out, you can crank things out, and then because you have a different clothing change for each thing, you can tell when you're looking in your camera roll that every clothing change, that is a brand new video, and it jogs your memory as to what that file is, and it makes it so much easier. And then you can choose which subject you want to post each day so that you can have that nice mix of content that your viewers are going to like and that will help to bring people, keep them coming back for more. Isn't that what you want as a creator? Another thing that advice that I can give you is it's perfectly okay, especially if you don't have a real seriously niched down channel, it's okay to base your channel on your life. Sure, it might have a lot to do with current events are happening which would cause you to interrupt your regularly scheduled kind of content. That, I think, gives channels a personality. When, say, something terrible happens in your life, like a family member dies or your pet dies, wouldn't it make sense that you would, even if you don't do a lot of vlogs and family kind of stuff, wouldn't it make sense that you would put some videos devoted to that? Interrupt, like instead of whatever you would have that next day, put that in like right away, immediately. Let your viewers know. Establish that human connection, and also it helps with you needing this content. If you base your channel on your life, and then that will also create, or not create, but help you to craft a point of view that your viewers can determine. If, say, you have certain interests that you follow and there's going to be news items about those interests, then maybe you can talk about them, and if it's something you feel passionate about and you know that a large part of your audience digs it, then you could do a video about that. And so you could, in theory, instead of making a long video where you talk about a whole bunch of things, you can have some shorter videos, and by shorter I don't mean seconds, I mean under 5 minutes definitely, about each of these subjects. You can crank them out with close change for each one, and then when you're looking for content to post for your daily uploads, you got something. Oh, I think the audience will dig hearing about this subject. Bam. I think the audience would like a pet video. Bam. I think the audience would like, whatever. And it keeps things interesting. It keeps people wanting more. Another thing, dealing with the different kinds of stresses that being a content creator on any platform would be. And not just when you hit a coveted benchmark of how many viewers and subscribers you get. Invariably, you may, because you are attracting the attention of more people, and this is worldwide, you may find that you're dragging up people from your past. And it's great if it's a friend of yours. I mean, the happy reunions, I can live for that. But occasionally you'll find that somebody who you used to be friends with, that you had a breaking of ways over some stupid, superficial, and you don't even know what it is, or something ridiculous. Maybe they didn't like your politics, or maybe they don't like the way you describe your own life on social media. So, and if a person has mental instability also, they could keep on going back to your channel, creating different Gmail accounts, and they can comment you saying very, very hurtful things. I really recommend doing automatic moderation, even though for people who are commenting your channel who are, for the most part, goodwill, and especially if they're people who you like, who regularly comment you and they always say nice things. Granted, they don't see their comment right away, but as soon as you go to moderate your comments, you can approve them right away, right away, right away. And if you're up on your comments, which you should try to be, at least set aside a time, maybe twice a day at least, to check the comments so that you can acknowledge things right away, approve things, and also, when you see negative comments by hateful people, there's different tools that YouTube has available for content moderation things. But I will say, as somebody that's been a victim of bullying before, it is really difficult to get people to stop doing certain things, because if they don't create content themselves and all they're doing is saying random things, or maybe specific things where it's always hateful and they're always calling you ugly, and they're always saying, like if it's a video where you talk about some bad thing that happened to you, they'll say, oh, you deserve it, you brought it on yourself, and then they'll say maybe really, really things that you would not see in a newspaper. And obviously you have a right to not let anybody see that, but you should have a right to not be targeted by these people. But the thing is, it doesn't seem to do any good, because even if you delete and block everything that they posted, say they do it in 3 or 4 videos at a time, then a couple of months later, they're going to create a new Gmail account using another phone or something, and it's always, they never have pictures of the username, it's just a letter of their initials, or a letter of their initial of their first name, and a bunch of numbers, and there's never a face, and there's nothing that YouTube or any of these social media platforms seems to have effectively available to really give us comfort and protection when we're being harassed repeatedly by the same people who keep on changing their online identities. That will mess with your mental health. Another thing that's a stress about being a content creator is all the sleep that you will lose. I'm an example right now. I am batch recording. I am taking advantage of the opportunity to do a bunch of important videos that I can do now. But that said, I didn't sleep all night because I had other responsibilities, that I had things I absolutely had to do, and I couldn't film until after I did those responsibilities. Plus, sometimes there's just too much noise around you, and you can't film. So, and that's another stress, not being able to live life normally because of the disruptions from outside things, or maybe disruptions in your own home caused by roommates or whatever. That is a stress. And when you are a content creator, that will add to the stress. And it will also create impacts on your time. So, if you batch record and you follow some of these suggestions I did, that will help you to be more efficient, and it will help you to create more content. And, alright, try not to let being a content creator affect your mental health so much. And these are some things that nobody ever told me to anticipate. Because you can't, nobody is psychic. But be safe, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.